Hey guys, this is Mrs. Grella. I just wanted to show you an example on delta. I saw it might look a little different. It's not in that standard form where it's set equal to 0 or anything. That's okay, you could still do it the same way. So we have to make sure our constant value is on the right-hand side, and that's what we usually do. We move the constant to the right-hand side. But we also notice that our term with the variable x is on the right, and we want that on the left. We want our x's and variables on the left, and we want our constant on the right. So we have to kind of switch this. So I'm going to minus 2x to both sides. That would be 0. Make sure it's in standard form. So x squared would go first, highest exponent. Then the next term would be the second highest exponent, and then the constant has no exponent, so it would go last. And then we would have to now add the constant to both sides as per usual. All right, it's from here now that we would have to leave our blank space on both sides. All right, so now we can complete the square. Remember to take half of the b value, the middle value of the coefficient of x. Half of that value would be -1. -1 squared is -1 times -1, which is 1. Whatever I do to the left, I do to the right. Remember now here I have to factor this. They will be 2 equal factors because it's a perfect square trinomial. So that would be -1 and -1. So you can write it twice, or then we know eventually you have to write it as squared, so we could just go straight to that if you're comfortable. Combine your like terms on the other side. So that's where we're at now. So now we have to solve for x, because that's what it said, solve equation for all values of x. So we're going to square root both sides to undo the square. Remember, every square root has a positive and negative square root. So you should bring down the square root of 7 as plus or minus. And then now we're going to add 1 to both sides, leaving us with 1, positive 1, plus or minus the square root of 7. On delta, you can actually put that as your answer. That's fine. But what that really means, just to show you, is that there are exact values and approximate values. The exact value of this answer would be 1 plus radical 7 and 1 minus radical 7. Those two expressions would represent the exact values of the answer. If I want the approximate values of the answer, remember I have to go into my calculator and do 1 plus the square root of 7. So that would be approximately 3.6, depending upon how they want you to round it. And then 1 minus the square root of 7, that would be approximately -1.6. So depending upon if they want the exact values or the approximate values, that's what you would give them. But on delta, you can just give them what I circled as your answer. You can see here, there's a radical there, and there's a plus or minus. So what I would have to do is write 1 plus minus radical 7. Boom, boom. Okay?